People don't buy the best products, they buy the products they understand the fastest. If your business isn't growing, there's a high chance your message is confusing, not your offer. Donald Miller's Building a Story Brand shows a simple storytelling structure that makes customers listen, remember, and buy, without spending more on marketing. Introduction. Most businesses fail in their marketing not because their product is weak, but because their message is unclear. Customers are busy, distracted, and overloaded with information. They don't have time to decode what you sell. If your message forces them to think too hard, they tune out. Donald Miller wrote, Building a Story Brand. To solve that problem with one powerful idea, people respond to stories, not features. When you structure your brand like a story, with a customer as the hero, the brain finally pays attention. The story brand method is not about fancy branding or emotional slogans. It is about clarity. Clarity makes the brain relax. Clarity makes people trust you faster. Clarity makes them click. Buy. Think of every great movie. There is a hero, there is a problem, and there is a guide who helps the hero win. In business, your customer is the hero. You are not the hero, you are the guide. You show them how to win, you give them what they need, and you lead them to a clear path with a clear offer. This book matters for anyone running an online business, a coaching program, a SaaS product, an agency offer, a membership, a course, or even an e-commerce store. If your message is not built like a story, people won't remember you. But once your website, emails, landing pages, and ads follow this storytelling structure, suddenly your message sticks, trust increases, and conversion goes up, without changing your product or price. You don't grow by shouting louder, you grow by speaking clearly. StoryBrand gives you the exact formula. Frame 1. Character. Every story begins with a hero who wants something. In business, that hero is always your customer, not you. Most companies make the mistake of talking about themselves. We are the best, we were founded in 2012, we use advanced AI. Customers don't care about your story. They care about their story. The first step in StoryBrand is to clearly define, what does your customer want? If you can't answer that in one sentence, your marketing is already weak. Let's say you sell an online fitness coaching program. The customer doesn't want video modules or workout templates. They want a body transformation they can actually stick to. If you're a SaaS founder, your user doesn't want features. They want to make work faster or increase revenue. If you run a social media agency, clients don't buy content packages. They want new paying leads. When you define the hero's desire, don't make it vague. Make it direct and specific. People pay for things that solve what they want right now: more clients, more time, more money, less stress, better health, better status. If you open your website and the first sentence is about you, you lose the reader. If the first sentence is what they want, they lean in. So the first frame is simple: identify the hero and name their desire in plain language. Not corporate talk, not poetic talk, real-life words they would say out loud. If your messaging doesn't start here, the rest of the story breaks. Everything must tie back to the hero's goal, because in their world, your business only matters if it helps them win. Frame 2. The problem. A story doesn't move forward until the hero faces a problem. If there is no problem, there is no reason to buy, no reason to act, no urgency at all. This is where most businesses become weak. They mention the product but never clearly describe the pain that product solves. People don't take action unless they feel the problem. Your job is to name that problem in a way that makes the customer say, "Yes, that is exactly my struggle." In marketing, the problem is not only external. For example, if you run an online fitness coaching program, the external problem might be, they don't know what to do in the gym. But the real driver is internal. They feel frustrated, stuck, ashamed that they keep quitting, or tired of trying and failing. Humans make decisions to change because of internal discomfort, not external facts. Let's use another example: an online funnel building agency. The external problem is, their website is not converting. But the internal problem is, they feel anxious watching ad spend burn, or embarrassed that their business looks unprofessional, or scared that they will fail again like before. When you speak to the internal problem, the customer finally feels understood. People don't buy products, they buy relief. There is also a philosophical layer to the problem. This shouldn't be this way reason. For example, you work too hard to get little or no sales. People with less talent than you are making more money simply because they have a clear message. This philosophical angle makes the customer feel that buying from you is not just practical, it is fair and justified. In StoryBrand, you don't just mention the problem once. You weave it through your message so the brain keeps paying attention. On a landing page, in your video script, in your email, remind them what is at stake if they don't solve it. When the pain is clear, the listener wakes up. The problem is what gives you. Frame 3. The guide. Now that the The hero has a problem. The story needs someone who can help them solve it. This is where your brand enters the story, not as the hero, but as the guide. The guide is the character with experience, clarity, and a plan. In good stories, the guide is always calm, confident, and trustworthy. Think of Yoda, not Luke. That is exactly how your brand should feel to the customer. But to be a guide, you must do two things clearly: show empathy and show authority. Empathy means you tell the customer, "We understand what you're going through." For example, if you run a course on building a coaching business, you might say, "We know how frustrating it is to post content and still not get clients. We've been there." When customers feel understood, they relax and open up to guidance. Authority means you show that you are capable of helping them win. But authority is not bragging, it is evidence. It can be client results, numbers, testimonials, years of experience, or successful case studies. For example, we've helped over 1,200 coaches build consistent $5,000 to $20,000 months using this system. Simple, strong, believable. Most businesses make the mistake of jumping into features or instructions without first building trust. A hero will not follow a guide until they believe the guide is safe and competent. The moment you show both empathy and authority, the customer thinks, "This person understands me, and they know how to help." In online business, whether you sell SaaS, a coaching offer, an agency service, or a digital product, you win not by looking impressive, but by looking useful. The guide's job is not to be the star, but to make the hero feel like they can win with your help. Once they trust you as the guide, they are ready for the next piece of the story, the plan. Frame 4: The plan. Even if customers trust you, they will not act until they see a simple, clear path. People don't buy when they are unsure what to do next. They buy when the next steps feel easy and safe. That is why, in StoryBrand, the guide must give the hero a plan, a short, simple, step-by-step path that removes confusion and reduces risk. This plan is not a long blueprint. It is not a technical walkthrough. It is a 3 or 4-step path to success. That makes the brain think, "Okay, I can do that." For example, if you sell an online funnel service, your plan might be: book a free strategy call. We design and build your funnel. You launch and start converting. Simple, clean, safe. If you run a coaching program, your plan might be: apply and answer a few questions. Join the program and follow our system. Start landing clients with confidence. You are telling the brain, this is not overwhelming, just follow these steps. Sometimes, the plan can also include a process guarantee or risk reducer, such as cancel anytime. Start with a free trial. First week is free if you don't love it. These reduce fear and increase action. Here is the mental rule: uncertainty kills sales, clarity creates movement. When customers don't know the exact path, they hesitate, even if they like you. When they see an easy path, they continue forward almost automatically. Your plan exists to eliminate hesitation. If you don't tell people exactly what to do in a simple order, their brain fills the silence with doubt and they walk away. A clear plan is not decoration, it is a conversion tool. Frame 5: Call to action. A clear plan is not enough, you must actually invite the hero to take action. In real business, people do not move unless they are asked to move. A call to action should be direct, visible, and confident. Not suggestive, not gentle, not hidden. Many businesses ruin their message simply because they are afraid to ask for the sale. In StoryBrand, there are two kinds of calls to action: direct and transitional. A direct call to action is a decision step. Buy now, book a call, subscribe, start free trial. It is for people who are ready now. This button or line should be bold and repeated, not used once. If you put it only at the bottom of a page or mention it only at the end of a video, you have already lost many people. A transitional call to action is for people who are not ready yet. Download the free guide, watch the free training, join the newsletter for tips, get the demo. Transitional CTAs nurture trust while keeping the relationship alive so you don't lose potential buyers who just need more time. What most brands do wrong is they either don't ask at all, or they ask in a weak way, like, "Feel free to reach out if you want more information." That does not move anyone. Customers want a leader. Leaders speak clearly. Click the link below to get started. In online business, SaaS, coaching, digital products, agency services, conversions rise dramatically when the CTA is loud, repeated, and confident. You are not bothering people, you are giving them the chance to solve their problem. If you believe your solution works, you should call them to act boldly. You have shown the problem, you have shown you are the guide, you have shown the path, now you must say, "Start now." Without a direct call to action, the story stops and the sale dies. Frame 6: Avoiding failure. People are more motivated to avoid loss than to gain something new. This is psychology, not opinion. In any good story, the hero takes action because something bad will happen if they don't. The same is true in marketing. If you don't show what is at stake, there is no urgency to act. Customers need to feel that not deciding has a cost. This does not mean using fear in a manipulative way. It means clearly naming what the customer risks if they stay where they are. For example, if you sell a program that helps creators build a profitable online business, the failure might sound like: without a proven system, you will keep posting content that doesn't convert, wasting months or years watching others grow while you stay stuck. If you sell SaaS for email automation, the failure is not: you won't have automation. The failure is: you'll keep losing leads and sales because people forget about you after the first interaction. When people see the cost of not acting, their brain wakes up. If you don't say what they stand to lose, they assume doing nothing is safe, and safe people don't buy. The key is to be truthful and specific. Not dramatic, not exaggerated, just clear. Customers already feel the fear internally. You are simply naming it so they recognize it. Failure in StoryBrand isn't a scare tactic, it is a reality check. Every real problem has a consequence. If you skip this part, your story loses tension, and without tension there is no action. People do not move to nice to have outcomes, they move to avoid failure. By showing the risk of staying the same, you give their decision emotional weight. And emotional weight is what triggers commitment. Frame 7: Success. The final part of the StoryBrand framework is showing the hero what success looks like once they follow your plan. People need to see a picture of the better future they are moving toward. If they cannot imagine the victory, they will not pursue it. Success is what gives the decision emotional reward. Success should be painted clearly, not in vague marketing language like achieve your dreams or unlock your potential. Instead, describe real, visible changes that matter to them. For example, if you sell a coaching system for online business owners, imagine waking up to book sales calls on your calendar each week instead of chasing clients. Imagine posting content that finally brings leads, not silence. Imagine knowing exactly what to do each day instead of guessing and doubting. Or if you sell a SaaS tool for e-commerce brands, imagine checking your dashboard and seeing automated revenue come in while you focus on growing. Imagine less manual work, fewer errors, and more predictable profit every month. The point is to make them feel the win: more income, more time, more confidence, more control, more peace, more status, more freedom. Humans do not buy products, they buy the transformation those products create. And here is the key: success should connect back to the original desire you named in Frame 1. The story must close the loop. The hero wanted something, faced a problem, trusted a guide, followed a plan, took action, avoided failure, and now they arrive at success. When you show both sides, what failure looks like if they do nothing and what success looks like if they act, the buying decision becomes emotionally obvious. They now have a reason to say yes. That is how the StoryBrand framework turns attention into action, not with tricks, but with clarity, structure, and story. Conclusion. When you tell your brand story the right way, people finally understand why they should choose you. The StoryBrand method works because it speaks to the brain the way stories do, with a hero, a problem, a guide, a plan, a clear action, a risk, and a reward. You don't need louder marketing or more features. You need clearer messaging that makes customers see themselves winning with your help. Once your message is clear, every piece of marketing becomes stronger, and sales follow.